the pimps off the streets will be judged first. But no, those in the house, or those in the house, those folks that give the appearance of righteousness but are rotten to the very core. Let's peep at our Strong's Greek word he led me to at 3:15 this AM, what we just spoke about. It is the verb rendered to compel, which conveys the idea of pressing someone or being pressed by circumstances so forcefully that resistance gives way. That resistance gives way. That resistance gives way. That means you submit. Be like, I had enough. Just like me, family, when I was out there selling that dope. And my brother came down from Alaska, where we drove up there and drove back cross country. I flew over there and drove back cross country. And he came down and he called himself getting in the dope business with me. But he was no dope dealer. See, my brother has always been the more flashy fella of the group. And I've always been the more sneaky one. So I was better fitted to deal dope than he was. Because he thought he was going to go stand on James Street, which was the major block in town at that time, and sell dope off the back of his car. He would have it sitting right there on the back of his car. And police ride right by. And they like, this can't be what we think it is. Evidently, that's what they thought, because they looked by him and rolled right by. And I'd come up and say, what are you doing? You can't do that. Don't you see the police ride right by you? Where? Where they at? Oh yeah. You too green for this kind of activities, but never got caught up in trouble because it won't his place. It was for us to get out of there, which we did, because with him, his activity, and me trying to stay on the DL, it didn't mix. It's like oil and water. See, he was trying to prove a point to me and everybody else that we grew up with, that he can do the dang on thing. but I'm telling him, no, it's not up to you to even try. You do what you do and I do what I do, and we'll get along better and things will roll smoothly. But no, he wanted to be Mr. Dope Dealer. And soon after, we burnt the road getting up out of there, because we, just like before, they came to holler at me at my crib. They came to see about me. And one of the ladies right up the street, who was doing the same thing I was doing, she got called up. They came to see her, and she told me that they said they was coming to see Big Bob next. So yeah, they know about you down there in the Honeycomb hideout. Uh-oh. Which was an old car dealership that I was staying in with the mechanic. The mechanic worked at the dealership during the day, and I worked selling dope at night. And stayed there. He was kind enough to put me in that position, because I started off right. Yeah, I did. I was washing cars, detailing cars up there. After he had a customer, he would let me detail the cars for him, and everything was working quite smoothly for a minute. But I was focused on that bigger money. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. But the compulsion, the compulsion may be physical, as we see in Matthew 14:22. Immediately Yahushua made his disciples get into the boat and go before him to the other side, while he sent the multitudes away. And of course, we know that Yahushua telling his boys going across to the other side was the right way to use their authority. There comes a point when the pressure forced upon us to change and get some get right is removed. The only other answer is Yahuah turning folks over to the reprobate mind. And that's found in Romans 1:28. It refers to the state of moral depravity when a person has rejected Yahuah and his truth, leading to a life consumed by sin and a disregard for what is right. However, what's soon to follow is judgment, because they refuse to make Yahuah their judge, their lawgiver, and their king. Then I was led to Ezekiel 20:29 through 32. And to my surprise, we were looking at the script that our Strong's Hebrew word 1117, Bama, from our prior recording was found. I knew exactly the direction Yahuah was taking this idea next. Ezekiel 20:29 through 32 says, "Then I said to them, what is this high place to which you go?" So his name is called Bama to this day. Therefore say to the house of Yasharal, thus says Yahuah, are you defiling yourselves in the manner of your fathers and committing harlotry according to their abominations? Are you doing the same thing they did? Right here in my face, like I don't see it. Thank you, Bob. And see, family, what the problem is, we think we can get away with stuff, say I can do it one more time, and continue to do it until he's turned you over to a reprobate mind. Just as I saw a post by Little Richard. He said, after a while you stop hearing that small voice. The voice of reason, the Yahuah's Ruach HaKadosh. Telling you don't go that way. I'm trying to lead you into all truth, but you don't want to listen. Are you defiling yourself in the manner of your fathers, committing harlotry according to their abominations? For when you offer your gifts and make your sons pass through the fire, what's that, Molech? Yeah, where the parents will be up front, in front of the altar, in an all-out orgy while the music was playing, and in the background their kids are being offered into the fire inside the statue. So they was bowing down to the statue up front while their children was in the back of the being offered into the statue. They being thrown into the statue, which was burning the whole time. And this is what you call abortion of today. Same principle. You're having orgies, committing sexual immorality, and once you're pregnant, you abort the baby. Turn them over to Molech, to Hasatan, sacrificing the chap to Hasatan. You defile yourselves with all your idols, even to this day. Yeah, right until today. Like we say, this is modern day abortion, modern day Molech's worshiping, which is Hasatan. So shall I be inquired of by you, O house of Yasharal? As I live, says Yahuah, I will not be inquired of by you. You can't come to me and ask me nothing. This is judgment coming down. This is pretty much the last straw. What you have in your mind will never be. When you say we will be like the Gentiles, like the families in other countries, serving wood and stone, Christianity and Islam. The American dream turns into the American nightmare. This is when it turns over to the reprobate and judgment comes down. But Ezekiel 20:33 through 44 continues to read, Yahuah will restore Yasharal. As I live, says Yahuah, surely with a mighty hand and with an outstretched arm and with fury poured out, I will rule over you. Uh-oh, that's the problem there, family. And I'm gonna tell you what the problem is after we read this. And I will bring you out from the peoples and gather you out of the countries where you were scattered. With a mighty hand, with an outstretched arm, and with fury poured out. And will bring you into the wilderness of the people. And there I will plead my case with you face to face, just as I pled my case with your fathers in the wilderness of the land of Egypt.